Greetings everybody, Okami Games Online. Welcome back to more Lost Dimension. Last time, we got through the first mission, and we met with our antagonist, known simply as The End. And he said we have to climb this tower in order to fight him. However, he also said, among the 11 of us, there might be a traitor. And in this episode, might as well talk with some of your sealed members. Now, I can explain this. Talking to characters will increase camaraderie, which is, if you play Persona, it's basically social links. If they have that blue camaraderie symbol, that means you will get some camaraderie with them. You get camaraderie for battling with them, talking to them after battles, like right now. And you can basically use it to increase your relationship with them. And there is more of a purpose to it, but we'll get into that later. The first two characters you talk to, you will actually get camaraderie for. The rest of them, you can still talk to, but you don't get camaraderie. Which I swear to God, during that whole thing, I was probably butchering camaraderie over and over again, which means I'm going to keep butchering it, because that's what I'm saying. That aside, though, let's talk with our members. First, we have Himeno. We battled alongside her in the first mission.
What?
My ability? Just witnessed it, right? It's pyrokinesis. All this ability does is burn objects. It doesn't create anything new. To think that this power would be useful in such a place. If it's close combat, it should be able to give off a considerable amount of thermal energy. I'll turn you into ash any day. Kind of cold, but we still get camaraderie. And let's go. We're just gonna go down the list. So next is Toya, another character we battle alongside in the first mission. Oh, my gift? I have control over magnetic forces. I can lightly draw anything made of iron toward me. On the other hand, I can flick them off as well. I am able to control electromagnetism.
Well,
it's a little exhausting, but I can even manipulate the electricity in the atmosphere and create thunder. It'd be chaos if word got around about my ability, so I kept quiet until I got involved with the terrorist attacks. Next up is Mana, another character we battled alongside. This is starting to feel very familiar. Mana, right? Something the matter? It's just that, unlike everyone else's abilities, mine is so uncharming. That thing from earlier. It's right. It's overdrive. Don't you think it's tragic that a lovely bird like me has such a burly ability? You agree, right? Well, whatever. Since this is the case, I'll fight up front during battle. Truth be told, I hate it though. Next up is Nagi. Nagi Shishioka. I'm terrible with pronunciations, I'm so sorry. I had been serving in the army before joining SEALed. My ability is levitation. I can float in the air for a short period of time. That is all. Any other questions? It's fine. I have a general idea of your personality.
Yeah.
I see. I'm glad that you seem reliable. Next up is Sojiro. Oh my, you seem rather shaken up. You need to calm down a bit. Being hasty isn't the solution here.
Huh?
Do I seem shaken up?
Well,
As it stands, I'm a doctor. I'd love to calm you down, but in our current situation, I don't have my medication with me. Perhaps I can rely on my healing gift to do the trick, though. Next up is Zenji, which is the second to last character we battle alongside in the first mission. Can I trust you, you bastard? I'm Zenji. My ability lets me synchronize with others. It's hard to describe, but I can connect with someone else's mind. It lets me read their thoughts and copy their abilities. I can't use it to find out who the traitor is, But let me just spell it out for you. You don't want to get on my bad side. Okay then. Next up is Marco. What is it? You want to get to know me? Are you just curious what I can do? I was added to this group because I have psychokinesis.
Oh.
But I'm not at all suited to fight in a place like this. Do you still need something from me? Seemed a bit shaken up. Maybe we'll see what the deal is with that is later. Next up is Yoko.
Yes.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. Right? Seems you weren't sure there, but yes, it's nice to meet you too. Yep. I'm relieved that you're a normal person. Relieved? Earlier you were being glared at a lot by the end, so I thought you were someone scary, like a politician or a soldier. I myself don't have a clue what all that was about. Anyway, I'm surprised you're such a normal girl. At the very least, you don't seem like the type to be in the special forces based on your appearance or tone. Is it your gift?
Yes.
I can use telepathy, although I don't like to use it much. You don't want to use it? Well, who cares about all that stuff? I'll use it during battle. I do need to support everyone. We don't want our lives to end here anyway. Alright, we have 2 more left. Next up is Agito.
Hey.
Yo, so that the end guy was really staring you down. You two know each other? What's the scoop? What's his deal?
No.
I have no clue, actually. And you're a member of SEAL 2, right?
Hey.
You betcha. Agito Yuki, at your service. They recruited me because of my teleportation. Teleportation, huh? Yep, it's my gift, they call it. Not sure when I got it or how, but one day I just noticed I was able to do it. Comes in handy. In battle too, of course. Well, it's nice meeting ya. And the final sealed team member, George. Konnichiwa, Yoshiko Sho.
Yes.
I am George Jackman, the psychometrist? I'm gonna assume that's how you pronounce it, of justice. Huh. Do you know what psychometry is, Sho? With it, I can see the residual thoughts. I'm having a hard time pronouncing a lot of words, apparently, that dwell within objects. For instance, I can read the leftover thoughts of this master katana and... Swing! Slice down evil, like so. That is my mission, for justice.
When he said he'd launch those missiles in 13 days, I wonder if he was lying.
This is a man who's destroyed half the planet. Let's not discount his threat so quick. In fact, it's probably safest we assume he's telling the truth about this.
What worries me more is what he said about a traitor. Do you really think there's one among us?
You say that as if you couldn't possibly be the traitor. Are you trying to claim that you're not the traitor then?
That was not my intent.
This is a circular discussion. Obviously, the traitor would not reveal his or her identity. The rational course is simple. Trust no one.
So, there's an enemy among us?
What a pain in the ass. Whoever's the traitor, come clean.
Please stop it. How can we suspect our own teammates? I don't like this at all.
So what if you don't like it? Are you fine with the traitor doing as they please and killing us all?
That's not what I just...
Enough. There's no need to phrase it that way. In any case, we have no way of determining that there's a traitor with certainty.
That's true. It could be a ruse he's using just to get under our skin. He's done a good job of getting to us so far.
Regardless, we aren't making any progress by discussing this.
Right. All we can do is move forward.
So the best countermeasure for now is to keep an eye on one another, huh?
Even though we're teammates, I'm against the whole notion.
Whatever. I don't care if you're all a bunch of traitors. I'm killing the end and saving the world.
It'd be real funny if you were the traitor after saying all that.
What the hell did you say?
Can we stop this useless prattle? You're starting to give me a headache. Show's right. All we can do now is move forward. Does it matter if there's a traitor in our ranks? We're just a hastily made team anyway. I'd hardly consider any of you an ally. We're simply a gathering of people with similar goals. Nothing more.
Isn't that a little bleak?
Everyone's growing suspicious of each other, but I suppose that can't be helped.
Let's head out. We have a purpose to fulfill. We have to keep going.
That's right. We have to accomplish this regardless if there is a traitor. So now when we back out, we now have two more options. We have gate and setup. Gate is where you go to your next mission. But for now, let's go to setup. I can explain this game, thank you very much. In setup, we have equipment, where you can see everyone's equipment and readjust it if you get any new equipment, which... We got costumes, which... Yeah. I'll be covering these costumes later. For now, though, just know that there's a costume, and it's probably the least important one here. More importantly, we have weapons and gadgets. Everybody uses a different weapon, so that is something to definitely keep in mind. Sho, Marco, and Yoko all use pistols. Himeno and Agito uses short swords. Toya and Nagi use machine guns. Mana fights with her bare fists. Sojiro uses throwing knives. Zenji uses a shotgun, and George uses a sword. My God. Anyway, there's also a gadget, which is basically your defense item, and apps, which give you bonus stuff, but we don't have any of those yet. Gifts, I'm gonna cover last. Items, you can see how many items you have. You are healed fully after each battle, so don't have to worry about that. You can also see overall your items, like all your equipment and such. Status, pretty straightforward. And you can also see what everyone's fate gift is. Now, gifts is what I wanted to talk about. I can explain this. Thank you very much, game. Throughout the course of the game, you will gain gift experience, either from completing certain missions or every other time you level up. When you get gift experience, you can distribute it into the skill tree of sorts. But there's more to it. Nobody has any gift experience right now, so we won't be able to get into much about this. But one thing to keep in mind, if you learn every skill that's in a color of the skill tree, so say for example, let's take Sho for example. Say I learn every red skill, so lock on, fortune, combat senses, combat alert, that's everything. Say I learn all those skills, once I learn the last one in that list, I'll get premonition. And the skills over here are particularly good. Now, there are specific skills you're going to want to target, so let's go over some specific skills you're going to want to go after immediately. One good skill on Sho to get is Daydream. Skips the next enemy phase and grants another ally phase. Himeno doesn't really have anything in particular I'd recommend. I just tell you, another particular one that I would recommend is on Yoko, and that is Brain Hacker. Raises all allies' stats. Really good for near the end of the game. Another good skill I can recommend is on Agito, and that is Summon Allies. Which teleports all allies on the map to you. Those are some of the particularly good ones. There's other good ones in here, but if you play the game for yourself, just look at the skill tree for yourself and see what looks nice. But that's enough explaining that. We spent the past 15 minutes talking with team members and talking about tutorial stuff, so let's at least get a mission done before closing off this episode. Now, missions are going to be listed with different icons. They will be listed with an M, an S, or a D. There's one other one, but we'll get into that later. If it's listed with an M, that means that's a main quest. You have to clear a quest. If it's listed with an S, it's a sub-quest. Basically meaning you don't need to do it particularly, but if no new main quests are appearing, that means you have to do a sub-quest to make another main quest appear. And then anything listed with a D is DLC quest. And DLC quests we're not going to be covering yet, because I can explain this in a bit. Look at this, level 40. DLC quests, we'll try to cover all of them, but they're going to be saved till near the end of the series. But, all that explained, let's move on to the next main mission, Suspicions. Alrighty. Each team you make before going to the battle consists of 6 team members, no more, no less. And you can position him accordingly, so like, shows in the number 1 position, so he's going to be the one in the top left, for example, but I can move him into number 6 or anything like that if I want to. You can see details to see the objective, basically the win-lose conditions, how much experience you'll get, your gift experience you'll get, your energy, which we'll get into later, and any items you'll get, as well as a few details. And there's also stars saying what difficulty it is. You can also see all your enemies and what level they are, level 5, so this shouldn't be too bad. So, I think the smart thing to do is go into this with the characters we have not used yet. So we're going to put Nagi there, we're going to put Sojiro here, we're going to put Marco here, Yoko here, and Agito here. Now, some general recommendations for characters. Mana and Agito are short-range characters, so they do attack short-range. Nagi has the largest amount of distance she can move out of all the team members, so it's best to put her in back, so that way she's not the one. She doesn't get ahead of everyone, nor is there someone else falling behind. Sojiro is your backup character. He's a healer. And Marco is a tank, but even then, it's like he does still do nice damage. Those are some general things to keep in mind about some characters. Other characters, well, it's best if you're playing along with me, just try different combinations for yourself and see what works. But we're all prepared. Let's head on in.
Gotta climb to the top floor, huh?
Wish we had more to go on. I mean, anyone know the way to go to reach the top?
Our only option is to search the area. It could be a trap, but we don't have much of a choice.
Now, going off of what the end said to us, we are the only ones who entered the pillar.
Wait a minute. If I recall correctly, we had far more members with us. Just where in the world are they?
They must not have made it inside. Either that or they all died, but I doubt it.
What gives? Why are we the only ones that got in?
Maybe it's the one thing we have in common. Our gifts.
That thought sounds reasonable enough.
They never specified how many, but I heard them say when they put sealed together, there were others out there with abilities like I had.
It's regrettable that we were put in this situation before we had a proper grasp of our members.
You mean the traitor, huh?
If you ask me, I say screw them. They try anything stupid, it'll blow their cover.
Oh, nice one. Quite a clever way to guide suspicion away, Mr. Mafia Man.
What'd you say, you little brat?
Hold it. Look, I understand it's hard not to be suspicious given the circumstances, but it won't do us any good accusing each other. If we lose our heads here, it's going to be even harder to figure out a means to find the enemy. Keep that in mind during the fight. Let's go.
And so we begin the next quest, Suspicions.
Let's do this.
We've got 5 enemies to work with. Let's get down to business. But first, there's something shiny here. Shiny is good. Get a research log. Sometimes when you're going through missions, you will see something shiny. And you can find it in the tips folder of the menu. And that's mostly what it is, basically. It basically further explains the lore of this game and stuff like that. Alright, well, there's not really... Actually, because we collected that, we can't go back now. So notice we have a much smaller circle around us. But we can still switch characters. And that's another thing to keep in mind. Say I move forward with Sojiro, and I want to switch characters. I can't. I actually need to go back to my original spot, then I can switch characters. Kinda bites, but again, makes sense why they do that. So let's move Marco forward, and I am not within range of Sho. Alright. Let's... Oh, no wonder, because I haven't officially ended Sho's turn. I'm stupid.
On my way.
Alright. Let's go move Sojiro forward. Actually, nah, Sojiro doesn't really do much damage compared with other characters. So let's move Marco forward.
Leave it to me.
Have him defer over to Sho. And let's get down to business. Alright, so basically, we just scored a critical, which, pretty self-explanatory. It's a critical hit.
A concerted strike.
I can keep going.
Now, Marco, his ability, he has Go Away, which is, seems that every basic ability has 110 power, but in any case, psychic-based attack that can't miss, you bet I'll take that. And we get an assist attack on top of that. By the end of the game, pretty much all your characters will be liking each other, so you will get assist attacks a lot.
Understood.
Alright. Moving on along. Sojiro's gift is heal, so if you're near an ally, you can heal him if you need to. Which, I don't. Actually, I guess Sho could use some healing, but it's not a big deal. So you can see, Sojiro only did 53 damage. Nagi's ability isn't really readily apparent, because she doesn't have any gifts. But her ability is the ability to levitate, which means, I don't think I can show here, no. But basically, sometimes there will be walls that you can float over. And Nagi has the ability to float over said walls.
Let's get this show on the road.
Agito has the ability to teleport. Really, that's all he's got right now. But you can use this ability to go through walls, similar to Nagi's ability. Which, speaking of, let's go ahead and defer over to her. Now, another thing to keep in mind about Agito and Himeno's abilities. Sorry. Concentration mode, even though I'm just selecting things. When Agito and Himeno attack, they get 2 attacks with their regular attack. Which is very nice. Now, as much as I said, like I said before, this game does resemble a Valkyrie Chronicles, and I haven't played it, so the closest thing I played to anything like this would probably be Codename Steam, actually. So, I guess, in a way, this game does make me want to go back to playing Codename Steam, considering how similar they are in some aspects.
Let's do this.
And what I didn't cover, because I forgot to, is Yoko's ability, Inspiration. Choose an ally to raise their attack, their strength, their psychic abilities, and their vitality. So, Yoko is basically the support character. Alright, so Sho, you are within range of both of them. So what do we want to do? Sho... I'll attack this guy since Marco can assist for this as well, in addition to Sho. Ooh, critical. Ah, come on! Really?
I need to.
Alright.
Let's go.
Let's move Yoko forward then. Alright, this should finish off this guy, no problem. Oh yeah.
Facing hostile resistance.
Alright. Nagi. Oh, there's another enemy there, huh? Alright. Cool. Let's go and attack with Agito. So as you can see, 2 attacks. And they're pretty strong at that. That just leaves 2 more enemies. Just take down the both of them. Should have enough team members, but to get more assist attacks, let's move Nagi over here. So, we do this.
Let's go.
And let's move Marco a bit more forward, since he can't attack this guy. So now look at this. In addition to Marco's attack, we're going to get an assist from Sho, Nagi, and Sojiro. So let this be enough to kill it. And there we go. Mission complete.
Damn.
Is that all of them? That was brilliant.
Yeah.
As long as we cooperate with one another, it looks like it won't be a problem to defeat the enemy and reach the top. That is, as long as we're not shot in the back by a traitor. At this rate, we'll reach where the end is waiting in no time. It's only natural that justice always prevails. Judgment shall be passed.
However,
I'm not as confident. We know very little about the traitor.
Seriously?
I'm telling you, this whole traitor thing is a bluff. The end scared shitless of us all. That's all.
Oh.
I hope you're right. There wasn't anyone who was behaving suspiciously during the fight. Is there really a traitor among us?
Damn it.
What was that?
Huh?
Huh? What's wrong?
What?
You're sweating profusely. Do you have a fever? We're leaving you behind if that's the case.
Seriously?
Wait, you're just gonna leave him here?
No.
It won't be a problem. Is that so? What was that just now? Whatever that is, we cleared the mission. You're given a scoreboard of sorts. So essentially, Sho gets 3 points, Sojiro gets 4 points, Marco gets 9 points, Yoko gets 5 points, Nagi gets 6 points, and Agito gets 5 points. What does this do? That'll be explained later. Claim our rewards, and you get experience. You get more experience if you fight, though, but everybody does still get experience. So now everybody's level 7, and everybody has a gift point. I hear something.
We cannot stop
it
now.
may all just be an act.
Was that everyone's voices? Wonder what that's about then. There's a lot of mysteries that seem to be unanswered, but... Huh? Hey, Sho. Looks like this machine's operational.
Huh?
Eh? What the hell's going on? This piece of junk wasn't working a minute ago.
What is it?
Don't let your guard down, everyone. This thing might be dangerous. And yet, I suspect it's not going to make an attack on us. Strange. I don't think this thing runs on electricity. Well, then again, after what we've seen so far, maybe that's not so surprising.
Oh.
We shouldn't all get close at once. It might be safer if one person checks it out. Say what? What is the meaning of this? Why is everyone staring at me like that? Your gift is psychometry, right, George? Now, hold your horses. I've tried using it several times since we got here, and it's not working.
What?
Not working?
Yes.
I've tried to read the tower's thoughts with my ability. There are areas I can, and there are areas I can't. Ones I can read, it's like it's too large. Or rather, it's different from reading a single person's thoughts. It's like reading the entire history of humanity.
Whoa.
Whoa, hold up, guys and gals. Check this out. The energy chips those enemies have been dropping. They're glowing. They're resonating with the machine? Stars and stones. We should be examining those things instead. Safety first. Let's go and see what this is. The generator. Basically, this is a shop. Generates your buy function, dissolves your sell function. So, we have a bunch of new stuff. So, for example, let's make a new weapon for show. We make that. Now let's go ahead and go into setup. Go into, no, not gifts. Equipment. Go to weapon. We have a new weapon for show. Does a bit more damage compared with the M-1129F. We have the M-1129F custom. 10 more points into strength. Very nice. Now, this episode has run on pretty long because we did go through a bunch of story stuff and we still did go through a mission. So the last thing I want to cover for this episode is gifts. We each got a gift point, so let's look into what we can distribute those into. Show doesn't really have many options. We have to invest it into Sight. But now that Sight's level 2, can now invest in our next level up into Lock On. Each ability has some sort of different symbol. If it looks like a person in the symbol, like Sight and Fortune and in combat senses, that means it's a passive skill. So like Sight, for example, raises your dexterity and agility. If it's like this BAM symbol, like Lock On and Critical Shot, that means it's an attack ability. So, fires a shot that cannot miss, fires a shot with a high critical hit rate. Combat Alert is a buff ability if it has an up arrow. Like Combat Alert, Foresight, Lethal Pass. So, dodges, for example, dodges the next attack against you. And that stuff. You're gonna also see in these skill branches, there's gonna be things that have this thing that say materia. That we're gonna get into later, but you can't do anything with those yet. Just make a note of it. But that covers most of the stuff that's here. You can learn new gifts like this, new abilities in battle. So let's go ahead and put all our points in. Let's put a point into Flame Mastery, increases the effect of pyrokinesis type skills. For Toya, let's put a point into Gatling Way. Oh, right, we can't. Alright. Let's put a point into Coil Shot. Usually raising a level of an ability like Coil Shot that you have to use will raise the amount of gift points that's required to use it, but it does raise its overall power. And if it doesn't raise power, it's going to lower sanity cost. For mana, let's invest into Impact. Nagi, let's invest into Sky Stream because that raises movement. So Nagi can now move further, and that's going to be really useful. Sojiro, you're getting an invest into Heal. Zenji, I haven't really explained Zenji's ability. So his ability is Link. It's kind of interesting. The way it works, say I use Link with Zenji, and I use it on Sho. So now Sho and Zenji are linked. Then say I use Inspiration with Yoko on Sho. So Sho's gonna get an up in Strength, Psychic, and Vitality. But Zenji also gets that upgrade. It's a very interesting ability. With Marco, let's invest a point to Go Away. With Yoko, let's invest a point to Awareness. With Agito, let's invest a point to Farstrider. And with George, let's invest a point into Armor Crush. Alright. And with that, we've invested all of our gift points. So, with all that done, I think we're about ready to end off this episode. So, next time on Lost Dimension, we're going to be talking with team members again, seeing what their thoughts are now. And we're going to be moving on to the next mission, but it's probably going to end up being a submission. I don't know, maybe it will be a main mission. Or maybe we'll do one of both, since there won't be as much tutorial stuff next episode. See you guys then.